Here I am again, multitasking this rising, doing many things, practical things, getting a few little cuts on my hands, but there you go, part of the journey. Got my lovely, beloved blood soul brother, I'm sure. He's 5 years older than me, so that's been such a joy sharing. Anyway, yesterday was beautiful sharing with Herb 1OVE, Herb Love. Check him out. 7 years, raw. And in England, I mean, people do it, fruitarian. People do it in other countries, but in England, I have to kind of take my hat off to him. It's such a great meeting. And it's so great. It reminds me of having conversations with certain people, not many at all. And you can keep going and keep going, excuse me. And because they've done the work on themselves. Anyone to get to that stage in England have had to have done a lot of emotional work. You know, not saying whatever the perfect word, whatever, we've always got something to learn and to move through. It's every second of the day. I would imagine it's the best way to be. But just don't buy into the program, it's a problem. So it's so great. It was amazing. Anyway, brought these lovely Alfonso mangoes. Oh, and there's me and Hannah, you know, just coming out of our fast still very lightly and sprouting green juices, green shots. And I cannot forget Rejuvilac. There's a story there as well. I'm going to leave that for another one. But so we made a Alfonso mango and sunflower, sprouted sunflower with Rejuvilac sauce. It was divine, and it's so nice. Your senses are more open. Like I say, I did 2-day dry, went into 12-day juice, parasites, cleanse, eminas, the lot. Hannah did the same. Just a little teaspoon of that. It's divine. And then we shared him these lush melons, because I think he said he's 2 months just on melons. And all these people, oh, he can't do that. How's he doing that? Surviving through the winter. Go and check him out. Herb One Love. So you got to do a lot of emotional work. So all you like, oh, how'd you do that? It's just your triggers. It's your triggers. It's like, you know, I love his Instagram when I think about it. One Love. You got to love yourself and have tools. So I thought it was him cycling. He's going to be clearing every day. But it's like he said, oh, he realised that was a running away. Like, oh, so there's all many variables. And then he said breath work meditation. And in nature. And it's a bit like, you know, I'm sure we get to share Hannah's story as well, but some of us get to the stage where we've had so many messages. If you don't shift, that's it. You're a goner, and we get so fed up. You know, let's just say with me, a wake up call. I don't want to keep reiterating it, but Sharon, I would be dead in the next year. This was 17 years ago. And you know, whether people want to believe that or not, and heavily carcinogenic. I would say many illnesses, but all from being backed up, clogged up, parasitical up, mucousy, you know, you name it, I had them. I had probably 16 amalgams left in my mouth from early years. By the time I was 17, I had about 20 amalgams in my mouth. Appendix out at 15, age of 15, that probably saved my life. I forgot, I don't have to shout too much. But anyway, that's another story. But Herb, beautiful meeting people like you. It reminded me, and we couldn't share enough because he's sharing. You know, when people are really more, I'm going to say, sensitive, truly empathic in the moment to a person, you know, we pick up on it. We couldn't give him enough. Him and Orla, you know, it's like we couldn't give him enough. Big bag of salad, and you know, give her the tahini and flowers from the garden and a cultured cheese. So it's beautiful, and it reminded me of a time. I see people talking about service and all that, but we're still doing it conditionally. You're buying into an ethos. Service, I'm doing service, but it's as if you still are waiting for brownie points, or gold-plated noddy badge. That's my era, by the way. But so we really need to get in line, really. Once again, you're being hoodwinked. To really, truly, authentically drop in, you have to really do the work. And the ones that are out there, I'm going to say, only skim the surface. So you have to go deep. You have to go deep to really feel and get presented. You won't get presented with things if you don't get deep. To really sense this, like, oh, you're ready to really feel what it's like that you are one of everyone. And yes, we can bypass that and fast track that. Ayahuasca, frog medicine, many other things. However, with cheating nature, yes, great. Have you got the tools to really integrate that experience? Have you got the community? Have you got other people who are grounded in that? Yeah, you may have other people who have had that experience and reiterating the same kind of story, but are any of them grounded in it? Are any of them really, truly, authentically got the true, authentic message? So other than that, it's just like I just see watching a movie. I come out. I remember watching Back to the Future many years ago, many movies, and I'm like, whoa, So to me, that's a trip. That's a trip. But I don't need to take any trips. You clear out. Life is a trip. If you only really knew, oh my gosh, you don't need to watch any movie. Okay, I haven't watched one for ages, but we did watch because someone else. We watched Noah. That was really interesting. So much symbology. And then, once again, we see someone say, oh, why are you watching that? Well, we see what we need to see. We're the projectors. So if I'm on a lower vibration, I'll get caught up in all the lower vibration stuff. Say lower vibration. I don't want to go lower, higher, just getting more closer back to our natural state. So it reminds me, there's only one person, who most authentic person I've met and sat with and had an audience with and had the pleasure to sit with, and this was 8 years ago. And the thing is, if we don't meet these people, if you don't have an opportunity to meet these people, we would never really know. But unfortunately, we would never really know if we haven't done the work, because we cannot see the divine in women, we cannot see the godliness in men. So we cannot see the emperor, the empress, and we cannot see the beauty. However, because I was constantly doing saunas, enemas, ice baths, doing the work, doing the food. It's not like we're all bragging. It's just like, well, I want to be here a bit longer. I have children I wanted to share with my children. And I'm enjoying it being here. So, so I've done the work to be able to perceive this person and receive people in need who come. There's been many people who've reached out, and I took them on a 5-day or 4-day. They had no money. That's fine. Just jump in with my protocol. We'll just, whatever, do some exchange later if you ever did come back and do that. But that's another point. And I'm not attached. So, Honourable Priest Kailash was this man. And it's like, and then I realised why I wasn't really doing much in England. This was 7-8 years ago. All the penny drops. Because it's like a slog. England's very locked down. The program, we are all more in ego. One form or another. Program. Most of everyone here is locked in it. It might trigger some people. Most of everyone is in that. It's like, whoa. So there's a saying, don't throw pearls to swine. That really kind of like, whoa, that's a bit harsh. But, that's what I'm seeing. And then, the whole raw foodie is as if it's for the elitists. All my journey has been aspiring to keep it cheap, so it's for everyone to share. Cheap blenders, doing it for the people, not just for the working class. How is everyone going to get more closer to one when there's such a divide? Anyway, that's another topic. So, Honourable Priest Kailash, you know, I was very honoured, and I will be singing your praises and singing your praises. And then me seeing the God in him, obviously seeing the God in me. You know, what do you mean God anyway? Just the divine, the beauty, the giving, the sharing, you know, wants to bring his country back to health, you know. So we want to praise more people who are doing that. So again, much praise for Honourable Priest Kailash. And what a beautiful retreat space he has, Mount Kailash. And what beautiful work he's doing, what beautiful herbs he has, what beautiful tonics he has. You know, I was on the land. You know, if I was to ever, I have got some of his tonics. You know, the answer, prosperity, there's loads of beautiful things. Parasite cleanses, herbs for women. It goes on and on and on, which I'm going to probably get more in touch with and get a few more. So I would be getting them from him because they're so authentic. And the next thing to say is so I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to praise all the people who sustain their journey, and I'm going to praise Paz, praise Heather. Well done. We need to truly authentically support each other, but come from a very, you know, I'm coming from who I am now, and it's time to speak out. And you know, certain people, the prejudice against us, you know, a lot of us have been, let's just say, you could say ostracized. I remember someone saying it's a bit like there's not many of us anyway. I remember, you know, they say there's 1% in the world raw foodies. It's like, well, and then we looked in Glastonbury, it's like point of a percent. So anyway, wrapping that up, Honourable Priest Kailash, much respect to people doing beautiful work. Abraham Traore, woo! So,
Herb.
and Herb, of course Herb. Abraham Traore, he's one. We're all one. What a beautiful thing he's doing. There's people coming out doing beautiful things. And with more. What a finding we found. Blessed love.